All right. Oh, my music. All right. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending on the time you're joining us on this live stream today. Are you doing interesting? Good. And it's TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. I so long anticipated this day. This week has been so tedious for me, and I just wanted the weekend. Fun fact, it's not like I do rest on weekends, but weekends just have a different vibe entirely. So, by the way, today is the third day of hosting our live streams here on Afro Play. We started a live stream called Onchain Africa. For those of us just joining us on our live stream for the first time, this is one live stream that we discuss the founder's story, talk about what they are building, and also expose African builders out there, pushing them to the limelight, not just for their own sake, also for your own sake, watching in case you are motivated. And these stories that we share on this live stream kind of has a way to push you to do better things for yourself and in your career. And we've had two guests so far. We started on Wednesday. We had Plan Book, which we had the founders, the co-founders, which were a couple. That is Mrs. Ogechi and Mr. Ifeanyi. And yesterday we spoke to Sefo, or yeah, and this was handled by another brother here in Nigeria, building a community of African builders and African educators, on-chain educators, by the way. And today we are going to be going into security. Fun fact: we went from an infrastructure down to community until we're talking about security. And today with me is a friend which I met a while back. I met him last year. And sorry, let me adjust this screen quickly. Should work. Yeah. So today we're going to be having a friend with me today, in person of Jade. Before Jade starts speaking, I met Jade in Abuja last year, and I was in Abuja for a particular reason to, connect with Solana builders, connect with the Super Team Nigeria lead, just to pitch Afroplay to Nigerians out there. We know Afroplay is a gaming guild. Just talk about the gaming part of the blockchain. And while I was on that particular mission or assignment, which I sent myself, I met Jade. Jade was talking a lot about technical stuff, which I was kind of confused, asking me about the security on Solana. In as much as I love Solana, I didn't really care about the security so much because so far so good. I've experienced some hack on Solana, and one of the things that you have to do in the Solana ecosystem is just stay safe, don't click on malicious links, and those basic security fundamentals that we are to know of. But Jade was asking very deep questions, which God, I felt like a nerd because I felt he was a nerd. But by the way, seeing Jade being consistent about what's building, is always building in public on his WhatsApp status, on TikTok, and also on Twitter also. And without any further ado, Mr. Jade, good afternoon. How are you doing today?
Yo, good afternoon. Am I audible?
Yeah, very audible, sir.
Oh, okay. My name is Jade. I'm the founder of Sanctuary, and I'm glad to be on the stream. Good afternoon, everyone.
Yeah, good afternoon. And for those of you guys joining us on Twitter, on YouTube, please do well to retweet this or repost this live stream. Make sure to have friends come join us, come learn. If you have any friends that are into blockchain that would understand what our African builders building, what they are doing, and everything, this is one live stream you would love them to hop on and learn a couple of things. And also learn from Jade, also for someone, a young guy who has been building a whole lot here in the crypto and the Web3 space for a while now. So please do what to retweet and reshare. And also, if you are watching on YouTube, please do well to also invite your friends to come join us on this live stream, not just support me, but also to learn a couple of things. So, Jade, over to you. Quickly, before we go into what you're building, tell us about what your life looked like before you started building Cynthia.
Well, okay. So, normally my life revolves around three basic things, which is cybersecurity, basketball, and reading entirely. You could say I'm a complete nerd. So my life wasn't as much as different as for now that I am building a security product for the Web3 ecosystem. Basically, I was just improving myself better because I'm a performative person. So basically, just trying to improve more on how to evolve and in time and also learn the security inspiration and how to build something as amazing as what we're about to present today.
All right, I think that's amazing. By the way, and quickly, I'd love to know how long have you been into cybersecurity? How long have you been building? And at what point did you move from being a cybersecurity expert or builder in the Web 2 space to the Web 3 space?
So I've been into cybersecurity for at least 6 to 7 years now. Right
Oh,
back from when I was in college, and basically I got the inspiration from my mom, and I'm aware I'm positioned in technology. So I've been doing cybersecurity for 6 to 7 years now with enough experience. I've worked for governmental organizations. When you met me in the stream, I was working for an organization in Nigeria. I don't know if you know that it's a data center. So when you met me in Ghana, that's when I was working, and basically, I had to move on with other things. So yeah, I've been into blockchain security for like 2 years now. Yeah, since 2022, 2023. I don't know. I can't keep track, but uh, how I got into blockchain security was like very abnormal and just weird entirely. Like I just got a call from my friend and he was like, "Hey yo, you do crypto stuff?" I was like, "Crypto?
was that?
Nah." What's that? What's that? It was like it wasn't ringing in my head. Like until I got to some events and I was like, blockchain security seems like an interesting niche. It took me
Okay. I think we lost Jade there for a second. Welcome to Nigeria once again to our interesting network. And just in case you are wondering how I've had uninterrupted network, all thanks to Starlink. Starlink has been doing a great job. Though this is a free promo to Starlink, or for Starlink actually. So I'd actually suggest you want to do anything international in this country. Leave MTN, leave Glow, leave Airtel. They would always disappoint you. So while we wait for Jade to get back to us, let me just show you what Jade is actually building so far. 1 second. Let me just share my screen quickly. All right. So here is what Jade is currently building. This is Jade's account here. This is Twitter page, and this is what he's currently building. Let me just take it down to his website. So what Jade actually does is that he's actually the founder of Cynthia. I can't wait for him to come back to pronounce what this is called because I'm sure I'm not getting the pronunciation right. So I mean, from the bio, yeah, it says giving users true control over their asset with real-time protection for wallet, dApps, and DeFi protocols. So Jade doesn't just build something for what's it called for protocols. They also build something for users. Also, I think is back. I'm not sure. Is it?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Wait, it's
Uh,
fine. It's okay. It happens.
it happens. I forgot I wasn't connected to my router.
Okay,
Um, so I was using my mobile data and the thing just ran out.
it's exhausted.
Yeah.
Okay, it's fine.
Okay. Um. So where was like I said.
Yeah. You were talking about how you started blockchain security and auditing. Sorry.
Okay. Okay. So it took me like 1 to 2 years for me to get familiar with the technology and all these kind of things. Yeah. So basically everything went well and I landed myself. Like I said, I've been how will I say I've been in the thinking stage for century and it's finally the execution, which is 2026. And that
Mm-hmm.
is basically how everything my life has been revolved around century and how to like how to make Web3 a better place for individuals and protocols entirely. So I've
Mm.
dedicated majority of the time into doing that.
All right. That's actually cool. I think I would love to also ask, like, I mean, you were someone that you worked with people and all of that. Like, what was that point you got to that you just knew, okay, you had to build Cynthia? Like, what brought you and what also inspired that name?
Okay. So what inspired Century exactly was basically how will I say it was named much more like a SUI kind of ecosystem technology base. But what inspired me was basically the zeal to stop malicious transactions that's happening on chain, because there was a record at that time, a certain time, the 220 million hack where the exploitation happened, and basically I've been looking for way into building something that at least could sit at the forefront in
Mm,
preventing attacks instead of procreating attack. We have like a passive way of preventing this, more like an active intelligence system or agentic model that could prevent such attacks from happening on the system, because blockchain is very open, and how will I say it, does not need a certain control or central control over a system, is for everyone and everything. Yeah. So that was my main goal. My main goal was how to stop attacks from happening entirely, or how to prevent or reduce damage caused by attacks. So I've been
mm.
looking into possible ways, and I came up with something like I came up with three layers. That is the unified security operation platform for the whole ecosystem.
Okay, sorry, I'm with you. I think I don't know if you're still speaking.
No, 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 no. No. I don't know if
Okay.
my camera is working from here.
Yeah, it's not actually working on my end. It just stuck at this particular at your image.
Yes, that is. I do not know why it's stuck.
And
Yes.
probably you could leave and join back just quickly. I could buy you some time.
Okay, okay.
All right. So according to statistics in year 2024, statistics added that over 3 billion, I repeat, over 3 billion US dollars was lost due to Web3 hack and exploitation. And I'm sure my money was involved because in 2024 I lost a huge sum of money due to a very serious hack, and I think I also lost money in 2020. In 2020, is that same still? I think late 2023. So I've experienced wallet hacks and I've experienced exploitation twice, and the money I lost, thousands of dollars, right? It was a crazy amount of money here and there. At some point, I almost just gave up on Web3 because it was getting too much and out of hand. All right. So Jade, do we have you back?
Yeah, but is the video much more?
I don't know. It's still
Uh,
stuck. I don't know why. Just probably like just your
okay,
picture
but I think it's the caching system there. Mm,
from my end.
no, 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 from my own end. Like the Safari has cached like
Okay.
upload like that. So mhm.
All right. I don't know. Do we continue this way without? Okay. I think it's
It's
back. I
better.
think you're back.
Yeah, it's back. It's back.
All
So,
right.
mhm.
So
Sorry for all the
I was saying something now
drama.
that in 2024, statistics added that
Mhm.
about $3 billion was lost due to Web3 hack and exploitation. In 2024 alone, we
Exactly.
don't have a stat of what happened, or I personally don't have a stat of what happened in 2025. But so far, I have an idea of what happened in 2024. But for a regular person building right now in the ecosystem, what does this number actually mean to them?
Well, at first, it means actually nothing. Like it means nothing, absolutely nothing until it happens to you. Until you're involved in that 22 billion. Until you're involved in that, that is where the pain originates from. It means nothing if you don't have money in it. You'll be like, oh my god, it's lost. Like there's no actual pain, there's no emotion backing it up. But until
Mhm.
you're involved in such an attack, that's when you know that yes, this has an effect.
Yeah, but let's look at people that are actually building in Web3 right now. I don't know. This I think this is a serious call to action that you just have to build something that is safe, not just for you but for your users.
Yes, exactly. And that's been like the main goal of Century. What we're trying to do is we're trying to give out more security options to African developers, and we've succeeded in doing that in the SUI ecosystem, and we're trying to open source it more into the Rust VM and the Movement VM. That's a Movement blockchain. What we're trying to do is that we want security to be a regular standard for everyone, not an expensive cost or an expensive hype that blockchains pay to secure the protocol, because security is something that is very neglected in the space.
Mm. All right, cool. Cool. So I know that you've done something on Sue before. So what exact problem did you see on Sue? I know it was related to security and all of that, but I mean we have other ecosystem. But why did you choose to start with Sue? Was it that you had an
So there's
opportunity or something that was easier?
no the core reason I started. Oh, sorry.
No problem,
The
sir.
core reason I started a SUI was because of the move VM. So exactly what this move VM does is that move VM is one of the most secured architectures ever on the this thing. So SUI has the perfect tech for you to build security products. So they have the perfect tech, they have like the perfect developer organizations and etc. That's why I was able to niche down and also bring my ideas to life with the Move code because of the object oriented programming. It was much more possible with Move ecosystem.
Okay, so it was a lot more possible with Sue. So now we know you made an announcement. You made an announcement was it yesterday or the first day that you are now moving Solana and exploring Solana. So why Solana now? Is it that they have the perfect architecture
Okay.
or structure that you need?
No, yes. Now we're having more products moving into Solana ecosystem, more like the ICA, the multi-parallel execution competition model. That is ICA. I don't know if you know ICA.
And no,
You
I'm
can
not
check their
familiar
page.
with that though. Well,
Okay,
but you
and
can go
really
ahead.
closely. Okay. Now ICA is something we want to use to build our fine level security products. And now that they are branching into Solana ecosystem, which will make it more possible for us to support more Solana DeFi protocols and everything. And since Rust VM and Move VM are in similar operation mode, it was much more easier for us to make an attachment to Solana VMs and Solana product as well.
Mm, cool. All right. So now I know we have a lot of people listening to us right now, which probably are not they are not builders and all of that. So is there a way that Sintry can play a role in their daily security or daily wallet transaction in terms of securing them?
So in terms of securing them, like I said, we wanted to build something for users, for DeFi protocols, and for for everyone. That's for everything. So in terms of securing normal this thing, we I kind of like partitioned it here. So there is a product which I should be teasing up on the live now. Is named Ink. Ink is an infrastructural two MPC key shrouded technology that we're building on that Sentry. It's more like a mobile application that it takes your regular this thing hardware wallet. It takes this regular hardware wallet and makes it into something that owns your private keys and could also sign parallels and this thing parallel to ICA keys too. So what we do is that we shredded these keys. These private keys are being cut down into pieces like one, two, three. Then for every signature you want to do on chain now, you need all the whole private keys to come together and sign a transaction. That is like basically like a two MPC model. So with Ink now, with Ink powered by ICA, we created much more like a user environment or user safe space in order to sign transactions safely on chain. That's what we've done with Ink so far, which there should be teasers of it coming up this April. April 6th. I've done all the developments, all the work, all the code and everything has been done. So just a natural movement and we should be listing soon with the Ink protocol.
Yeah, I think I saw the announcement actually on your Twitter of your partnership with them. But I think I want to ask this question now because these ideas you're coming up with, I think they are insane. Coming up with MPC. The first time I heard MPC was 2 days ago when I was talking to the co-founder, the technical founder, technical lead for what they called. I think Playbook. Yeah, we Playbook and or plan book, sorry. While we are talking, he said that he uses MPC to actually secure the wallet or the business found owners actually on their ecosystem or uses their infrastructure incorporated in what they do. But now I want to ask you what gives you this insane idea? Because now you're talking about how this actually breaks down the wallet seed phrase into like three different parts. And when you're about to sign a transaction, the three different seed phrases that are in different sections come together to make that transaction actually very possible.
Okay, what gave me this idea genuinely was I don't know. I went out. I could just give you guys the whole story of everything. I went
It's fine.
out
Just
one
go
day
ahead.
and yeah. So I went out to an amusement park and they gave me like an NFC card. So this NFC card, yeah, it allowed me to play games and arcade, and I was like, maybe the nerd regular thing. So I took this NFC card home and I opened it and I installed an app where I could read these NFC readers, and I I I noticed that the chipset, yeah, you could write instructions on it, like um you could write your like play music and all those kind of things there. So I wanted this thing to be into crypto and more of like a payment kind of mechanism. So I came up with like a semi hardware wallet where this card here is more like an ATM card and also a hardware wallet. Without it, your transactions won't go, and with it, your transactions will be successful. So that's how I came up with it. This was from I went to an amusement park and I just thought of it all of a sudden, and I began building from like January to now. So everything has been set. I think I'll play the videos, everything. You've seen the teasers on
Yeah,
my
I
personal
have.
status and everything. Yeah, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
you
That's
know
just
what
how
you
it
just
came.
made mention of is what Soulflare Shield actually built. Now, I just got my Soulflare Shield card, and this is an
Hmm.
ATM card and a cold wallet. And that is literally
Exactly.
everything you just explained. So this is also an NFC
So,
card, which I have to scan this on my phone before a transaction happens.
hmm
Yeah, so you
so
want to say,
that what we're doing is something special. We're using eCard. So we want this card here to have like a self-custodial key phrase of your own. So even though it is still this card, even though the card is being theft or it's been the NFC swiped or whatever, it's impossible. It's literally impossible for them to sign transactions with such keys. And what we've been trying to do now is that we want to combine two MPC modules and the hardware wallet, just exactly like how the software card works and everything. So that is how the ink is positioned itself. And for the purchasing and everything, yeah, I built something very very cool. So imagine you coordinating a transaction on another chain with your own chain. That is exactly how it works. That is how exactly
wait.
it's
Sorry, can you
mind
just
boggling.
reiterate that? Come
So
again, because you're about to
imagine
blow my mind.
imagine imagine you could coordinate an on-chain transaction on another chain with your own chain without no bridging, no gas, nothing, just coordinated and the transactions solely from another chain to your other wallet on that chain without not leaving the chain at all. Like you use
It's
Solana.
okay. So you want to say Solana, and it's sorry. Use the example. I want to hear the example because that's what I'm
Okay,
getting.
so it's not even an example. You used Solana to mint an Ethereum NFT. Yes, exactly how you heard it. You use Solana to mint. That is how straightforward it is. You did not
And
no
you're building
bridging.
this.
Yes, yes, yes. I'm actually done with the code. I could pop up on my system now and show you the code base and everything. It's very
Okay.
easy. It's very simple.
All right. So
You
this
use
is this is
Solana.
really this is really interesting right now. And to everybody watching this right now, I would love you to just think of what great things are happening in Nigeria. Now, you see, look at this Soulflesh Shield card I was excited about. I got. I didn't know a Nigerian has built this, and definitely I'm going to purchase his own card whenever it's out. Because I think one of the best things that we can do for ourselves is actually support our own people building in our country. All right, because I got this for I think about $55 or thereabout. And I'm sure when his own is out, it might not be this expensive. Might be more expensive because he wants to make more. But this
Yo,
guy like
it's half the price. It's half the price.
he
Basically, we
said he
wanted
said
it
it's half
to.
the price, and definitely
It's
is going
half
to
the
worth it.
price.
So
Yeah.
if it's building something in Nigeria, then it should favor Nigerians. Also, imagine going to pay your normal fiat, your normal naira with your crypto card, and this also holds your normal stable coins. So that's the beauty of what we are doing here. And never underestimate Nigerian builders because I mean we are blessed and we are talented.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
talented.
So that's the tip of the iceberg. The iceberg is what we're building so far with Central and everything. Yeah. Well, I've been looking into doing much a lot more. As a solo developer, I could do as much as more my hands could take me.
Yeah.
As you can see, I build like 247 always in the development phase of my products.
Whew. So you said you are building all of this alone because I'm sure you are the also the only one that built your website.
Bro, you please. The thing is, yeah, the website I built the website. Basically, I used AI and everything. Yeah, but I've been looking more into getting the documentations. But right now, I'm niching down on a certain particular topic of concerns, which is quantum security. So
Mm,
that research entirely now has been taxing, and my eyesight isn't getting any better. So
better. Yeah.
I've been I've been I've been trying to meet up with everything. Yeah, and being on a diet is caffeine free, no caffeine, nothing, just pure energy.
I'm sure there was a point in your life where you took a lot of caffeine.
Bro, I was sick. I was sick to the I think I think I think it was few weeks before you saw me in that event. I was very, very sick. Very, very sick. Very sick. So I don't take much of the caffeine there. I
Yeah,
just
that's
try.
good. Just try to be, and you know the sad part is that with your normal strength or your normal capacity, there's very little that you can do
Yeah,
because your
very
body
little.
wants to rest. Your body
Yeah.
wants to rest. So I think my next question now is what role has AI actually played in cybersecurity for you or in your development phase? What role has AI really played for you?
AI in general, right, has been a very, very beneficial thing to me in my journey so far because it has helped me broken like understood things that it took me like months to understand. So now,
Mm,
when it comes to security auditing, the regular security auditor will tell you that using AI causes a lot of hallucinations and everything. Generally, I'm going to say it on the show. I use AI for reasoning model. So it depends on how you use this AI, especially for doing security checkups. Yeah. Generally, I use AI for understanding the code because I wrote an article on that. I use this thing because I could get like from a product I could get like 5,000 lines of code. I'm supposed to finish it off in 4 days. How is that possible?
mm,
So now, using AI to reason with you and you being the final the judge
yeah.
of what the AI is giving you is what and how is the real implications of how you use artificial intelligence to fasten your work in security. Basically, AI is not perfect, and the hallucinations and drifting out from core logic system is massive because there was a singular audit I could tell you about. It was an African product where I had to audit their webhooks. Yeah. These webhooks were they were giving out the signature passwords and everything. Yeah. So now there were two functions. Two functions. One was to encrypt them, and the other one now is an if function. So if it fails, it will still repeat back again and give an unencrypted module of that HMAC this thing, webhook secret. So now I had to use my logic. AI wouldn't get all those kind of logic here. So basically, using AI as a reasoning co-reasoner or like a co-founder, let me just say like a co-partner in your audit, in your investigations in code is very, very beneficial. And it has helped me fasten my work 10 times better from
So
regular
do you
audits.
think AI is coming after your job?
No, no, no. I am using AI to benefit my job.
Mm,
Basically, I'm using AI to benefit my job because I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered in the sense that AI could take my job because I'm a step ahead of them. I'm a step ahead of what the AI already knows. Now,
mm,
when it comes to why people are bothered of AI taking their jobs are the ones that really do not want to expand their niche in security. In security now, security has a lot of broader aspects where it comes to blockchain security, formal verifications, um, and SOC analysis. SOC analysis now has become the bare minimum. Those as when HTML is now the bare minimum for everything entirely. So
mm.
SOC analysis now is now the best minimum now. That means AI could perfectly do SOC analysis and everything now. So you have to step a bit further. That is why I mentioned quantum security because I know that at a certain point now, blockchain security become much more efficient for AI systems, but quantum security is a new phase that
Another
is
level.
unraveling in the blockchain security. In
Mm.
the whole cyber security model. That's why I'm chasing after it. So I'm not stagnant. The people who are stagnant are the ones who are afraid that AI will take their job. I'm absolutely not afraid of anything coming close to me or my job or anything entirely concerning security.
Mm. All right, great, thank you. So my next question now is, I know you are of this school of thought that security is not a future you add later, it's a foundation that you build on from day one. Now, why do you feel a lot of founders still don't think in this way?
Number one thing I'm going to relate it to our country, it's negligence. Number two is monetary value. Now, security auditing now, for a singular security audit now, where you could get a quote now for $15,000, $30,000. Now,
Mm.
tell me as a regular founder now, which your app is holding like at least 500 to 1,000 systems now, you want to get a security audit for like 500, $600. It genuinely does not work that way. Even I too,
Mhm.
when my friends come in for security audits, I tell them that please, please, I do not do security audits for cheap. I like, yes, 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 you're my friend, but I'm going to do it out of like, at least, bro, it's an
That's a
insult.
very
Like, I've lost a lot of clients for undercharging. I'm genuinely serious. I've lost a lot of clients for undercharging them. I did not know what I was doing. I was telling them I undercharged like 1,800. So I lost massive in that client. So what I do is that I put it on an average price, and what we're trying to do now is that we're trying to create a system where African innovators now they could benefit from. We did free audits. We did absolutely free audits for African systems and all those things. If you're building in Africa entirely, we did a free audits for your products. Now, why and how did we choose the products to audit? Now, if your product has a clear sense of reasoning module and the potential to attract potential customers and revenue, would like to consider looking at your code and seeing how everything works on the back end and giving you a full-fledged audit to the formal verification, everything completely free. Why we're doing this is to support us African builders because we know likewise the monetary value is the same. But now it comes out to the least part that I mentioned, that's negligence. Now, as as us African people, we are very negligent of anything we're doing, especially when it comes down to the security model of anything we're doing, we are very, very negligent. We do not the ignorance is at its peak. We do not value security in this country as much as possible. Now, with all the $1 billion hacks happening now it suggests that our federal government and everything now are trying to move into more security standards and audit their portfolio, which are supposed to be doing it every month. Yes, your bank
Mm.
is supposed to audit its security every month, every week. The place I work, every week you're supposed to generate a security and vulnerability assessment for your listing. You're supposed to update your contingency plan. Every infrastructure is supposed to have a contingency plan. And and what is this contingency plan? This contingency plan is to prevent if security auditing failed. Is a last resort. Is a last hope. Like all if you play games a lot, the help me button. I think that's how contingency plan works. Contingency plan is that what we do is that we try to analyze the business logic flow,
Mm.
the business like exact let me just say the business management everything, yeah. What damages have this exploits done to our business? How is it stopping this business from working? How is everything just stopping in monetization role? How is our whole
Mm.
system infrastructure like that's how contingency planning is based on risk modules and everything. Those are like the steps. Those are the steps for a complete risk assessment and everything plan when it comes to security in organization and everything. So it comes down to those two models only, negligence and the monetary value of how security costs are very expensive in the country and or anywhere.
Mm. Thank you so much for that. Now, I want to ask you this question, but before I go to the question that this question is going to lead to, I would love people to pay attention. So, like, what's the most money you've actually made from cybersecurity or blockchain auditing? You don't have to mention the exact amount. You can just give a range. You say 1,000 and 5,000, 5,000, 10,000. You could just give us a range for
Oh,
your security purpose.
okay, okay. I could just say I'm not as the most populous auditor ever. Neither
Okay.
am I like, but so far so good. I think um from January to like March, I've made like at least something like 10K. That's 10K to 15K.
Mm-hmm.
Now like this is the lowest amount because everything is still starting and everything is still fresh. Yeah, this is the execution phase, so there is a much more projected revenue value when it comes to security. So I'm not really bothered about how much I make or anything because generally my own purpose is that I do not really care about the monetary value I'm giving. I care about the purpose that I'm trying to execute. Like, what was my purpose in doing this? If, yeah,
Mm,
the money comes as a side
yeah,
as
added
a side
value.
benefit.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a added benefit. But basically, I do not let the monetary value of anything just cloud the judgment entirely, because number one rule as a spiritual auditor, you do not just let that money come into your mind, because what you're trying to do is that the whole protocol depends on you. And if you do not do
Mm,
this correctly, yeah, you basically are dooming the lives of many, and you're making your investors lose in you. And basically said you could even go to jail potentially. So 22
exactly.
years is not, it's not a joke.
It's
22
very
years is
low.
not a
It's a
joke.
lot. It's actually a lot. So now
So
to my next question. Now you told me when we were chatting that you wanted to bring something to Solana for Solana builders. All right, you want to help them audit for free wherever they're building. So can you just tell us more
yes.
about this particular, let me call it bonanza?
So why I'm coming? Why we want to do that for Solana ecosystem is that we've noticed that Solana is the highest in terms of blockchain developers, is the highest ever of any chain. Super Team Nigeria is the best. When it comes to the best community ever in raising um startup
Builders.
founders, that startup builders that have reached a million capital evaluations, it comes to Solana, which um I really adore and everything. Yeah? So what I've noticed that on Solana, yeah, we do not have like a genuine team for security handling and everything. So my goal and purpose in coming into Solana is more on the benefit side, and much more establishing mutual agreement or a strategic partnership with these startup
Mm,
founders and with these builders entirely. That's the main reason we want to reach our hands down to the Solana VM. As Sui ecosystem is still in the growing phase, so we shouldn't expect much from it. But Solana has been maturely built by everyone and everything who has contributed
mhm.
over the years. So that's the main reason we want to dip our hands in the pot of the Solana builders.
Mm. All right, all right. I think that's actually amazing. To everyone watching right now, you know a friend building on Solana. And now Jade is actually offering free security help to builders on Solana. So if you know anybody, feel free to probably reach out to Jade on Twitter. His Twitter handle is zero x Jade. And we can really send. I'm sure he's surprised how I know his Twitter handle, but it's fine. You can reach out to him on Twitter directly, or probably just send me a DM directly, and then I can probably give his contact to so you guys can have a direct chat or conversation. So, Jade, I would love to ask: do you intend expanding, building a team, having a team of guys you work with, or having a training system to help people also learn this cybersecurity or blockchain auditing?
Yeah, the thing is, yeah, I, I had a team. We have a team. Like genuinely, there's a team, but how would I say their execution phase is much more slower? Yes, they are perfectly normal for developers. They are perfectly normal. It's just there's something wrong with me entirely. That I plan to, I do everything extra. Like I'm always like I'm this type of guy that bring my system to date. Yes, like if the girl was meeting me, she see me on my system. That's the first thing you see. So, why with your system? I do not know. I'm always scared. Like, uh, I have this log. I have this thing I have to do. So the execution phase now, bringing up the team now is something that I have to learn on a personal basis. That I have to learn to work with other people, and I have to learn to be patient with other people, because I could be like, this guy's taking so much time, and I'm like, I could probably do it, and start losing confidence in the guy. It's not like the guy is not as good as it should be, but it's not the execution time is much more. It's there are different type of execution time when it comes to people and how they're interested in something they're working. So in the nearest future, that's something I have to work with. I have to be patient with other people and also know how to work with them efficiently with auditors and other developers in charge and etc.
Okay. So, in summary, are you taking people or are you having a team now or no? Not yet.
No, when it comes to taking people, I don't know if you know me. I'm a very, how will I say it? I'm a
Yeah.
very like niche,
You love
like
working
very,
alone?
very. No, no. What will I say? I love working alone. It's just that I'm very reserved person. Like
Yeah.
I'm very reserved. Like I like doing my own thing. So when it comes to those kind of people, I don't know how. it's more on how bad you want it, how their interest level. Because majority of the people that meet me, they'll be like, bro, can you help me out? And I help you out, but you're not putting any dedication, you're not putting any work. But there's
Mm.
this guy, there's this person I actually admire, and how he met me was like he met me playing basketball. I did not teach him any other thing. He met me, I was like, hey, yo, bro, I saw you on X. I was like, oh, are you sure? That's not me.
Are you sure it's
And
me?
are you sure it's me? Like, bro, even on TikTok too. They're like, you saw me on
Mm.
TikTok? Nah, bro, it wasn't me, man. Maybe it was my twin or something because I don't want to admit all this guy kids and take all the whole conversation. But the guy went to do more research and he saw what I did and I don't know, he's been picking up interest lately and now he's also working on together with me for Century, which is like a junior security auditor though, because I still have to at least give him
Which
put him
one?
through that. Mm,
Yeah.
that is how I work with people. I work with people with determination level. Like I work with people who have the same passion, who have the same goals, who are willing to put in the same amount of effort that I'm willing to put into something. And I just genuinely I don't even need to even see how serious you are. I just need to see how consistent you are exactly. I don't care about the motivation, how the discipline. I'm very performative. If you don't know. I
Yeah.
just want to see how repetitive you could do something. How you could wake up every morning. It's like, okay, I'm doing this thing, or like because usually people say that even ask me, you're like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing that. I do not like that. Like, I focus on one thing. If you don't focus on one thing, please. Because, so if anyone is willing to like, you know, get started or you already started your security and everything. And so I'm willing to help, I'm willing to share documentations and everything. But majorly when you pick up my interest and like, yeah, okay, you're good. Possibly we could work together on some bounty hunts and everything. So that's
Mm.
basically how I work.
All right, all right, interesting. So now, I think in your own words, or let me just ask, so I don't just conclude. Do you think passion is greater than talent
Um, like I
or
always
skill?
say, to myself, I'm talentless. I do not know anything I'm doing. I feel everything is like a first try for me. I feel like everything I'm doing is completely new. I feel like I don't even have any talent at all. Like genuinely, I'm zero. Like, I do not give myself that leverage of satisfaction because when it comes to rewarding dopamine levels, it's something satisfaction makes you lazy. So
Mm.
passion, when you're hungry, you always want to eat, but when you're filled up, you wouldn't want to eat again. So that is just to have that passion in you, to have that deliberate consistency in doing something that makes us
Mm.
better each and every other day. Like I say,
Mm.
1% every day is okay. 1%
Yeah,
every day
1%
is
better
okay.
every day. At the end of the year, you are 365% better
Exactly.
compared to how you
Yeah.
started. Beautiful. Great. So
That
I'm sure there are some people that probably are into cybersecurity and they're watching right now, or probably they are starters in blockchain auditing, and they are confused on how do I position myself to make money from this particular skill or niche.
So the thing is, yeah, our position yourself to make money is a really, really, really terrible idea. I want to suggest it for anyone. But what I'm telling you is that you should build a portfolio. Don't want to pay audits on hacking proof, Illuminati. Even though you do not generally, you do not just grab the whole perspective of how audits work, how security are being evaluated, and read a lot of documentation papers. Read top documentation papers from popular auditors, from popular blockchain auditors. Read how they think basically how the reason entirely because you have to give your mind that kind of reasoning extension, that kind of reasoning installment that this is how I should look at this issue and solve it because everything about security is about solving issues, is about testing new ways or new logic in order to exploit things. That is it's just about there is no knowledge, there is no base knowledge on how to do it, but you just have to like know cook and slew up some hypotheses and your POCs and everything. Just know how to put them together and execute them into an exploitable bug or vulnerability entirely. So what I advise for beginners is actually to get down on learning phase. Learning phase is really, really important. It took me a year. It took me 1 to 2 years before I could grab how blockchain security and everything works compared to what Web 2 was. So
Mm.
it takes time and dedication. That's likewise. So that's what I would suggest. It's not something I wake up tomorrow and do. So
It takes a while. So
it
now,
takes a while.
can you suggest any publication that you feel that really helped you so far that you think other people that want to probably explore this route should also read or look into?
Yeah, I reached out to top auditors and chain. Um, now the person that actually got responded to me was Move J. You can search him on X. His name is Move J. He was an auditor for SRBit, and he's a really good mentor. When I come to mentor, I did not tell him that, oh my god, this how I just, hey yo bro, I saw you're an auditor and I'm really looking to aspire to be like you one day and all those kind of things. Please can you just drop me your documentation and your GitHub? Let me see the past audits and everything. The past audits is enough to teach you everything. You do not need to go on a one-on-one session or anything. You just need his documentation and how we did it. That's all. That's basically how it generally works and how I did it for myself. So yeah, shout out to Mokji. He's been like an inspiration to me entirely when it comes to security auditing.
Okay, so I think I'll personally clip this and probably give it to you. I'll probably just post it and tag Move G. That bro, somebody is giving you a big shout out. All right, so we have about roughly around 10 minutes to wrap this up, and so I would love you to also speak to people that are also trying to learn this thing, probably come into um, what's it called, blockchain auditing or cybersecurity. All right, like what do you think is the roadmap to embarking on this journey?
Firstly, get the cybersecurity basics. Um, just know everything about security and have like a really based knowledge in blockchain and encryption modules and everything, and know how the functions work, know how your code base works, Solidity EVM, Solidity Rust and more. Just know how everything works entirely, and that was pretty much it. Just know how it works and have like a really good basic foundation for what you're doing.
All right. And this would most likely be my almost my last question. I just remember I have one other question. So now with this that you are building and who you are, what do you think, or what would you want your story to be for the next generation? That when they think about Jade, what should come to their mind? Should Jade be the Superman of our generation or something like? What story or impact would you love to leave behind?
Um, Actually, the story of impact is that I want other people to think of me as more like how do I put it there? Okay, I watch a lot of anime, so
I know, I know,
I really fantasize about this thing.
the
So the
Naruto
story
of
of
our
impact
days.
that I want, yes, no, not the Naruto bad days exactly, but I just want like a story of impact where consistency I just did it like I showed up like I just kept on coming in like someone just did it like all of a sudden like even though I was at zero and everything, I just did it. Like it just happened. Not like it happened. I made it happen. I'm not bound by the chain of destiny and manipulation or whatsoever. I do not believe. I do not believe in anything concerning that. I believe in effort. I believe that with enough work, with enough effort, is the outcome and output of all of the returns and everything. Yeah, like there is no lucky day. I do not believe in luck. I genuinely do not believe in luck. I believe that luck is something that comes from effort over time and the opportunity to make that effort in a singular
Mm,
day. So on every day, if I show up, that's what I tell myself. Maybe oh today could be a good day, even though I'm down, even though I'm anything. Yeah, I still have to do it though. So I want my I want to inspire people in the sense that I did not do this just for money and everything. I did it because I can and it's possible. That's basically how what I want for anyone to look at me and be like, I just did it because I could and anyone could. So
mm,
I beat that self. I beat that thinking of I couldn't. I did it because I could. So
mm.
that's it.
All right, all right. Thank you so much. So, lastly, I'd love you to just leave a word or message to people watching this right now, regardless their niche, wherever they are, as long as they're Nigerian. To all Africans watching right now, what is your message to every young African watching right now?
Yeah, just keep learning. Keep learning. Like humble when it comes to things because you could get flattened out like real quick. And also, how would I say? For me, um, I don't know. I like to go in a much more painful route because I feel like pain is the fastest way to go. But yes, let your ego be crushed. Let that ego be crushed. Like, let it break the ego into two
Mm,
pieces. Because now that's when you realize that there are a lot of things beyond the horizon. So it's all about us just keep showing up. That's all. I just want like you guys to know that anything is possible within an achievable amount of time. You can do anything you want, and if you just dedicate yourself to everything you want to do, it's really possible as long as you have your four limbs working and your mouth and everything and your brain is functional. You could do anything you just wanted to do for real because it's a free world and we are not bound by the chains of destiny and the manipulations and everything.
mm. All right, all right. Thank you so much, Jade, for that amazing one. And before we just quickly end the live right now, I really urge every one of us watching right now to, if you love to follow up Jade on Twitter, here is his Twitter handle. You can follow him up on X and just stay up to date with what he's doing and what he's building with Sintry. It's also on his bio. And you can also follow that up to learn what they're building. And if you love to come into partnership with what they're doing also at Sintry, do well to probably send him a message or chat him up directly. And he'll be more than glad to work with you personally. So Jade, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I really, really do appreciate it, honestly. And I hope that when next you're open on a live stream again together, we have a lot of milestones to talk about and a lot of
Yes,
growth
yes.
to actually share together, right? So thanks so much, man. Once again, enjoy the rest of your weekend and happy Friday.